Sarah Jennings, head cheerleader, smiled brightly at the cheering crowd. Her blue eyes sparkled, and her blonde ponytail bounced as she led the cheers. But her mind was elsewhere, on Jake Thompson, the star quarterback. He was the epitome of charm and athleticism, with his tousled brown hair and confident smile. From the moment she first saw him, Sarah was smitten. His laughter echoed in her ears, and his eyes, oh, those deep brown eyes, seemed to hold a universe of secrets. She yearned to know him better, to unravel the mysteries hidden beneath his charming exterior. But Sarah was harboring a secret, one that made her heart flutter like a hummingbird's wings. She was head over heels in love with Jake Thompson. The thought of confessing her feelings filled her with a mixture of excitement and dread. What if he didn't feel the same way? The thought of rejection stung like a slap in the face. So she kept her feelings bottled up, hidden behind a mask of cheerful indifference. Days turned into weeks, and Sarah found herself stealing glances at Jake whenever he was near. His name echoed in her thoughts, a constant melody that filled her with both joy and longing. She imagined them together, laughing, holding hands, sharing secrets under the starry sky. The weight of her unspoken feelings pressed down on her, threatening to suffocate her. She confided in her diary, pouring her heart out onto the pages, her pen dancing frantically across the paper. Each time she considered confessing her feelings, fear would rear its ugly head, whispering doubts and uncertainties. What if she ruined their friendship? What if he thought she was silly for having such feelings? So she continued to admire him from afar, her heart aching with a love she was too afraid to express. She watched him on the football field, cheering him on as he led his team to victory, her own victory lying in the secret she so carefully guarded. One sunny afternoon, as Sarah was leaving the library, her arms laden with books, she spotted Jake across the street. Her heart skipped a beat, and she couldn't help but smile. But her smile quickly faded as she noticed he was not alone. A girl, tall and slender with long, flowing hair, stood beside him, her hand tucked into his arm. They were laughing, their heads close together, their body language speaking volumes. Jealousy, sharp and bitter, twisted in Sarah's stomach. Who was this girl, and what was her relationship with Jake? Her mind raced, conjuring up images of Jake with this mysterious girl, their laughter echoing in her ears, mocking her unspoken feelings. As she watched them walk away, her heart sank like a stone in her chest. The world around her faded into a blur, the chirping of birds and the laughter of students reduced to a dull roar. She felt a lump forming in her throat, threatening to choke her. Tears welled up in Sarah's eyes, but she quickly blinked them back, refusing to let them fall. She couldn't let anyone see her pain, not even her best friend Emma. But Emma, with her uncanny ability to sense Sarah's emotions, knew something was wrong.
What's going on, Sarah? You've been acting strange all day.
Sarah hesitated, unsure whether to confide in her friend, but the words tumbled out of her mouth before she could stop them. She told Emma everything, about her crush on Jake, about the girl she saw him with, about the pain and confusion she was feeling. Emma listened patiently, her hand resting comfortingly on Sarah's arm. When Sarah was finished, Emma offered words of comfort and encouragement.
Don't jump to conclusions. There could be a perfectly innocent explanation.
Later that day, Sarah's phone buzzed with a text message. It was from Jake, asking if she could meet him at their usual spot in the park. Curiosity battled with apprehension inside her as she made her way to their meeting place. He was already there, sitting on the swings, his brow furrowed in thought. As Sarah approached, he stood up, a sheepish smile spreading across his face.
The girl you saw me with was my cousin Emily, who was visiting from out of town.
Relief washed over Sarah like a tidal wave, erasing all the doubts and fears that had plagued her. She couldn't believe she had let her imagination run so wild. She had worked herself up over nothing.
Emily is really cool. She's thinking about applying to our school next year.
As they talked, the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the park. The air was filled with the sweet scent of honeysuckle, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves in the trees. It was the perfect setting, and Jake knew it was time. He took a deep breath, his heart pounding in his chest.
Sarah, there's something I've been wanting to ask you.
Sarah's heart skipped a beat. She had a feeling she knew what was coming, but she couldn't believe it was actually happening. Jake reached into his pocket and pulled out a small velvet box. He got down on one knee, his eyes gazing into hers with love and adoration.
Sarah Jennings, will you do me the incredible honor of being my date to prom?
Tears of joy streamed down Sarah's face as she nodded yes, her heart overflowing with happiness. This was everything she had ever dreamed of and more. As Jake slipped the delicate promise ring on her finger, she knew that this was just the beginning of their love story.